Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Rogue Trader, and we have a little bit more dialogue to go through with Marazhai. So we want to know more about his kind, so we're going to be asking about the Drukhari here.
What exactly do you want to know?
In what way do your kind differ from the craft world Eldari?
In all ways. The Asuryani are feeble shadows of our ancestors. We are their true inheritors. The Asuryani hide from she who thirsts behind their paths, relying on the visions of their precious far-seers, or blind to the reality around them. We Drukhari laugh in the face of the unknown. We thrive off the carnage and pain we inflict.
Okay, you're kinda obsessed with pain. Why?
Because the ecstasy of suffering is the highest form of pleasure, accessible only to superior beings. By your very nature, creatures like you are incapable of knowing such gratification.
You lie. Drukhari cannot survive and escape the pull of chaos except by feeding off the suffering of others.
Careful. My tolerance for such remarks will run out eventually, even given your depressingly simplistic mind and non-existent instinct for self-preservation.
So do they lie to themselves about that then? They seem to take offense to that. So do they kind of just live in this world where they like to believe that they don't need it to survive, but they actually enjoy it? Which I think that for many of them, most of them, they probably do, but they're also just lying to themselves. Why did the Drukhari hide in the webway? Why not live in real space?
Watch it. It is Monkey who run and hide, not our kin. Camorra is the legacy of our ancestors. They found a way to penetrate the tangle of the webway and move through its twisting labyrinths. Few would hazard to travel in this splintered kingdom, let alone erect bastions in it. The Drukhari are the only Eldari who do not fear the horrors of the webway. For every peril we overcome makes us stronger.
This dude takes offense to literally everything we say to him. Marazhai sounds sincere, but it is clearly his truth that he is speaking. Something in his face makes you think there is another reason why the Drukhari race chose such a tumultuous dimension to be their home. Alright, I keep hearing the name Asdrubal Vecht. Tell me about him.
No. No one speaks of the Overlord of Camorra without good reason. Amusing you is certainly not reason enough.
Oh, okay then.
Perhaps. What else? Then go. I will find something to amuse myself with.
Alright. So I am definitely intrigued at having Marazhai in the team, but I don't think he fits at all unless we were doing heretical. I think I am going to turn him in. He's legitimately a terrible, terrible person. And I don't trust him one bit. I think in our iconoclast, it makes sense for us to turn him over. I won't do it for Yrliet, because Yrliet is actually a good person. Marazhai is not. I said that I was going to only work with him as long as I had to, and then we were going to get rid of him. So, some of you may be mad that I'm about to do this, but I have had enough of Marazhai's stunts. It is time to hand him over to the Inquisition.
By this declaration, if I understand correctly, you are stripping the Xenos of your protection as a rogue trader and delegating the fate of this enemy of humanity to the Holy Inquisition.
Correct.
Thank you for your cooperation, Lord Captain. I will personally rid the universe of this carrion, just as soon as I've conducted a highly prejudicial and wide-ranging interrogation.
Oh, God. Okay. Adir and Yrliet are in my good books. They stay. Okay. Alright, we do have level ups. We should probably go around to everybody and see about new dialogues as well.
Greetings.
You still mad at me, girl? hope Yrliet has something new to say about all that.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulant. I have enjoyed.
All right, hopefully we'll get some new stuff with our Mer Queen Cassia in this act. Okay. Have the Vox spirits brought you anything interesting? Perhaps you would be interested in a Vox transmission I intercepted not long ago, Lord Captain. The thoroughly encrypted message contained the coordinates of a landing site on a certain planet, marked as rare cargo. I have not been able to uncover anything else, but I believe the encryption was intended for those who are involved in unsanctioned trade activities. A multitude of scout ships tirelessly explored the expanse in search of new resource deposits, but unfortunately not all of them represent the interests of the von Valancius dynasty. I occasionally intercept Vox transmissions from ships prowling in your domain in search of easy loot. An asteroid the size of a small planet has been discovered in the Sato's tomb system, and the prospectors believe there may be a wealth of resources hidden under the crust. Okay, that finally actually gave us something. What episode are we on? 88? Lord Captain? Alright. The debilitating aginess that seemed to take root in Abelard during his imprisonment in Camorra has abated. His hair has regained its color and his muscles have built back their strength and tone. How are you feeling? Have the healers done their job?
Indeed they have, Lord Captain. The rejuvenating procedures have turned the clock back once more. Just don't ask me how many needles our chirurgeons had to stick in me to make it happen. But I am recovered from the ills of old age. Well, most of them. One cannot evade death forever. Every time I come to the brink, it takes another bite out of me. Lord Captain.
All right. There was nothing else
To
new
what
with you,
do I owe
right?
this visit?
Okay. I wish to hear news about the Protectorate to keep apprised of things. Well, we discovered a world that is home to a long-abandoned colony founded centuries ago by one of your predecessors. A ship was sent there carrying several thousand colonists who were to restore the derelict settlement. After the ship entered the system of destination, contact was lost, and its fate remains unknown. Perhaps you might like to investigate the disappearance of that vessel personally. Besides your lord, pirates have been a serious problem for your domain. For centuries, a group of bandits headed by a ship called the Elusive Contempt has been raiding cargo vessels, on their way from the Protectorate's most plentiful extractia. Their ability to deftly escape pursuit by patrols has allowed them to operate with complete impunity. The pirates' flagship has been spotted in a nearby system. Your ship, Lord Captain, is sufficiently powerful to finally chase down those brazen scoundrels and bring them to justice. The Astropathic Choir has received a series of alarming messages concerning the Narmer 4 system, where a dangerous space anomaly has supposedly manifested itself. Its nature is unknown, but the fabric of space within the system is reported to be curved and unstable. It is said that any ship entering the region disappears without a trace. I believe we ought to be prudent and steer clear of that system. The factotum hesitates as if unsure that what he has to say is worthy of your attention. There is something else, Lord Captain. The ship's astropaths have caught echoes of alarming messages. Unidentified ships abandoned by their crews have been spotted in several systems of the Expanse. It may only be a rumor, but those who encountered them have gone missing without a trace. That is all, your lordship. All right, awesome. Okay, and trading is back. Very good. Okay, Navy. First off, do we have anything that we need to send to cargo for this? I don't think so. Okay, we got nothing tradable there. +1 rate of fire bonus for any burst weapon. That's kind of cool. 19,000. Okay, something to think about.
You are spoiling me with the splendor of your presence again, Shireen. Have you decided to treat your soul to the fruits of my eloquence? Or do you wish to discuss business with... Oh.
Okay, nothing new with her. Where's Pascal? Nope, right up here.
The Omnissiah knows all. Me?
Okay, we also need to find Yrliet. Have you discovered anything more about the door from your visions?
No, Lord Captain, not a thing. And I'm wandering from bay to bay, scaring the crew. But don't worry, I'm sure that as soon as we get close, well, there'll be no mistaking it.
So, are we assuming it's somewhere on the ship? She's trying to travel around the ship to find it. Okay, Yrliet's back up here.
The Dark City released us from its thorny embrace. The wounds of the body will heal. But what about the wounds of the soul? Cruderach fell, and its demise shattered the fragile lives of countless children of Osirian. Scattered across this part of the galaxy, hounded by the monkey, pursued by the Dark Cousins, imprisoned by the servants of She Who Thirsts. Hatred is strangling me like a snake, and fear is coursing through my body like a burning poison. For the path I chose is leading me down the roads of failure. I can neither hold back my grief nor rein in my anger. And yet, I am powerless to stray from my path.
Damn, she's having a hard time with it.
Pay no heed to my fleeting wrath, Alantark. When the will slips away, the soul trembles with rampant emotions. But I will resign my heart to meekness, for there is no other way a marked outcast can help their fellow Eldari wandering in the dark.
So many terrible things happen in Gamora. Are you alright?
I found myself in the Dark City after following the twisted roads of truth and lies. And although the truth blossomed like an ugly bud and scratched my soul with its thorns, I did find the answers to my questions. Those who come back from the dark of the webway will never be the same. But it is we who change while the surrounding world remains imminent. This thought gives me strength.
Cruderach suffered an unenviable fate. I am sorry that your world is lost.
I have no need for your sympathy, Alantark. Besides, neither Monkey nor my dark kin found the decaying remnants of Cruderach. Perhaps all is not lost. Perhaps we may yet bring back what has been taken.
What will happen to the seer?
Clendil chose to stay on the Lilithon together with Muaran and the rest of our kinsmen. Perhaps it is for the best. The stars in this part of the galaxy are hostile to the children of Osirian.
And where does the path of the outcast lead you now?
On the trail of a monkey called Caligos Winterscale. Even a worm may harm a wounded tiger by bringing infection into an open wound. And the wounds of my people have been bleeding ever since Cruderach's demise. The spirits of my kin need a poultice, a hope, not the executioner's sword already poised to fall.
Okay. Other questions?
You may try.
All right. So I think we're caught up with her now. First thing I want to do for sure is go and do Abelard's quest, though. Nomos are here. What do you want to talk about? You read the databank recovered from Theodora's cache, and then you said the incident marked the beginning of Nomos. What did you mean by that? Yes, Nomos, remember. You brought us data sustenance, and it contained a name, Epitaph. We recognized it. No, not like that. In that name, we recognized the place where Nomos originate. Okay, looks like that's all we're getting from that. Fair enough. All right. Now, we have lots of people that fell behind on level ups too, so we're gonna have to do some major level ups for lots of people. And like people like Abelard, I don't think has a whole bunch of things starred, so some of them might take a little bit longer. Okay, we can choose a skill. Okay. Persuasion's really high. Should we do one of the other ones? So let's see. Coercion and persuasion are incredibly high. I guess the other one would be commerce. But that one doesn't come up nearly as much. So do we just keep going persuasion? Yeah, let's just continue to make ourselves really good at that, so. Alright, this is a second tier archetype. Do we have anything starred? Thing is that, well, let's look. Momentum for crits. Whenever an ally grants the Master Tactician stacks of tactical advantage, that ally also heals 1 wound for every stack granted. That's a pretty good one. Extra damage when inspired. Let's do comfort and conformity. Okay, they heal whenever they get stacks from the Master Tactician's buffs. Okay, Jay, we're just gonna like... I don't know what we're gonna do with you, but... we don't really want to use you that much, so I'm not gonna overthink it too much. That would give you a bonus. So, sure. It will not die is pretty good on just about everybody. Already took Ballistic. Could take Fellowship. Nope, you already took that one too. Okay. Perfection under fire. Okay, this is first tier, right? Yeah. Sure. Increase your resolve. Logic. Second tier archetype. Finish the job plus 75% critical hit chance. That seems pretty good, sure. Okay, Pascal. Choose a talent. Now this is a regular talent, and a lot of his like specialty ones down here are common talents. We'll take Pierce the Armor. Okay, now common talents. Oh, maybe they don't. So I guess those specialty ones with his, like, machine on his back aren't common talents. I thought they were. It will not die. Okay, your intelligence is really high, so know-it-all. Bonus to armor, penetration, dodge, dodge reduction, critical hit chance, critical damage, and parry chance based on int. That seems really good for you. You're our best int character, so. Let's see. Exposed weakness also reduces enemies' toughness and willpower. Sure. We'll take logic. Okay, pounce seems good. Is that what I want? Sure. Okay, we'll take fellowship, because I don't know, none of those seem like they'll be very beneficial to her. You not have Psi rating 3 yet? You do, don't you? Hold on. Yeah, she's at Psi rating 3. So why was that able to be picked there? Am I getting that Psi rating 3 from something else? Let's go ahead and take that. Maybe that'll turn into a 4 because she has something that's boosting it. Okay, Veil Degradation goes down by 5 if they use a heroic act. That might be good. Yeah, malign influence, so that willpower test thing. I'm assuming several of her abilities are willpower tests, but I'm not going to double check. I'm just going to assume some of them are going to take advantage of that. Edge of Fate kind of sounds good. It only functions once though, so... Ooh, predicted downfall. People are just going to suffer to dodge the first time we try and attack them. It's kind of nice. Yeah, just go ahead and take Lore Warp. -5 to Intelligence Perception for Mind Thief. And it has a stacking +2 on her perception. Okay, you don't have stuff starred right now, so I may look at other people first. And then we'll come back to you, Abelard. You can take Lore Imperium. Alright, there are probably some of these that aren't starred that are decent, since it's from the second tier. Well, I guess the first tier is the ones that we wouldn't have starred, right? We are not level 40 yet. What is going on with these? I should not be able to take that. I'm not going to take that in case it's bugged. I'm going to wait until we actually hit level 40. Should be starred, though. Alright, critical hit chance increased with resolve. Okay, you're just straight awareness. It doesn't say anything about stacking for this perception, but you have to assume that it is stacking based on every navigator power that's used. So we'll get those bonuses pretty much right at the start of the battle, because we'll be able to use at least like 3 of them, and then like a 4th one on a second turn if we use that, our 2 different attacking abilities that aren't the navigator movement ones. Let's see. I think this one, every time we've checked, the bonus characteristics of the Navigator Staff has been like a +1 damage, so I don't know if we care so much about tonicity right now. Yeah, some of these are actually really good too. +3 deflection. That one's only melee. I think we'll take this one first. Course untraveled. We'll do logic. That could be good. The kill squad. Extra damage against prey whenever raid is being used. Ooh, savor the kill would probably end up being triggered quite a lot. Because only one can be trailed at a time. And they're often not killed by her. So let's do savor the kill. Alright. Yeah, you're our demo. Or % chance to ignore enemy attacks. What is that based off of? Oh, is that just willpower bonus? Yeah, okay. Gotcha. So that one won't be super good since you're not a willpower based character, but... The only thing with adaptability is that it's turn. It's like relegated to just a turn. It doesn't stack through the entire fight. But still could be good. Man, I wish I had had that in that last fight, that big fight. Close quarters training might be good. So that we have multiple options. We do have kick, but it's not always the best option. So maybe that one. Waiting orders is really good too. Especially since so many people are often buffing up Argenta. And I believe it gives the person giving the buff the action point, but still, that's just free action economy right there. Let's do awaiting orders. Is that what I want? Out of everything? Probably. Let's just go with it. I like it. I like it. Alright, is it just you, Abelard? Okay. So I'm going to pause here for a minute, and I'm going to do what I've done with the others and go and star the things that I feel like are going to be good for him, and then we will continue with his level up. So I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, we got some options for him, and I think the first one we want is this one. Enemies hit by the character with a melee attack must pass a willpower test or make the character their priority target, and that one will go really well with this. And then there are some other ones here that are based off of deflection, like Still Shell. Like, I think Full Attention is going to be our next one, and then Still Shell is probably directly after that. Deflection is doubled against single target attacks. So like any single target attack has a deflection of 12 on Abelard with his current like setup. So yeah, there's some good ones here for him. We're gonna start with this one because we don't have that many things that make him a priority target, but we do have a lot of abilities that would scale off of it. So yeah. Okay, first tier archetype. That one could be good. Just extra damage to anybody who goes after him, and since he's drawing aggro. Yeah, let's take it. What is Living Shield? We'll stick with Contempt. Okay. Yeah, Athletics for you. And then second tier. Yeah, Punish the Imprudent. Once per round, whenever an enemy that considers the Vanguard a priority target enters a cell adjacent to the Vanguard, that enemy provokes an attack of opportunity. Is there one that we like better than that right now? Critical hits do less to him. Okay. And we're caught up. Does this mean we're free to go back into the Expanse now? Ooh, it's been so long. It's been so long. I am so excited. I'm so excited to have the freedom of the Expanse again. Where are we? We should be on Janus. Yeah, that's right. Okay, projects. Let's see if there's anything new here. Did we unlock anything in... Yes, it looks like we did. Yeah, okay. We have some new projects we can start working on now. Okay, profit factor, people. Complacency and security. Imperial Navy. Ooh, you know I like that. Security for all colonies, +2. Holy Man feature? Okay, interesting. We're gonna do Lightbringers. Imperial Navy will get a big bonus to reputation, and all colonies will get +2 to security. The traitorous warp currents can be made safer by sending pious patrols to help those in distress and by the lighting of warp beacons. So is this a... Yeah, this is a follow-up to... no, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, that's usually the case. Oh my god, there's so many that are locked. Okay, these ones are based off of reputation for a lot of people. Let's get Explorators up because that one's really low. Let's go to the bridge and we'll get Explorators up a little bit. Yeah, we need to do something about our reputations and where they're at right now, but... Type. Holy Gifts and Heretic Trophies seem to be really popular. Hide the untradeable, please. Ship components are relatively high. Although... Using reload for any weapon costs 1 AP less. Is fuel always relatively low? Seems like fuel is generally near the bottom. Provisions, ranged weapons. Okay. Yeah, we got so many Xeno artifacts from that last chapter. Vortex Pendant, +5 willpower each time their abilities affect an ally. Heavy armor. Another sniper. Not as good as the one we have. Does have dodge reduction. The Bane of Sorrow. We can check that against what Yrliet has. Can I do colony management from here? That would be so nice to be able to compare and contrast. See where I needed to get reputations at without having to go to the map and then coming back here. Like, on the bridge, I don't feel like there's any reason why I shouldn't be able to. Okay, we can. Just why it doesn't work here. Okay, so, knowing that. Okay, so we could do that if we wanted to. Oh, damn, that one's already done? Okay, Lightbringers is done. $50,000 with the Drusians. Okay, so we're lowest on phlogiston and mechanisms, it looks like. And not far behind Xenotech. Maybe complacency and security, but I also kind of want that profit factor. Okay, Crucible looks like it might be prerequisites for some of these rank 5s. So we're going to do this. After millennia of laying under the monastery, the launch of St. Cognatius's titanic machine nears. 10% damage for 2 turns and plus 20 temp wounds when a character uses their origin ability. Profit factor goes up, we get provisions, and we get plus 4 complacency. Okay. Now here, we can do Dark Sages. 13,000 with Explorators. Hey, these are replenishing. So that's probably worth it. So let's get to 14,000 with Explorators. Wrong one. Lord Captain, the Crucible's great sculpting is underway. Foulstone is being transformed right before our eyes into a fertile world with lush groves and clean water. However, there is evidence that the Crucible has also created humans. I'm sorry, come again? From the mouth of the relic came several thousand people who, speaking in archaic form of Low Gothic, demanded to be given orders. They cultivate land, build houses and production facilities with obedience, and in general have a remarkable range of skills and knowledge. However, it seems that these people completely lack their own free will, and for this, the monks have named them Touched. There is a split among the believers. Though many call it a miracle sent by the Emperor himself and want to quickly put the Touch to work, a part of the population is frightened by these soulless creatures, born from the ancient machine. They demand that the planet's learned men intervene in the great sculpting and find a way to stop the production of the Touched. How dangerous are they? They do not appear to pose a threat. The autopsy of several specimens has shown that they are physiologically identical to ordinary humans. No traces of corruption or xenotampering were found either. However, their obedience is a double-edged sword. They obey any orders without knowing or caring who gives them, and thus, nothing prevents a cunning intruder from bending them to their will, creating an army of obedient slaves or spies at their disposal. That actually sounds incredibly dangerous. Okay, advisors? They were born of the relic of St. Cognacious, which means they please the Emperor. We have to remind people of it. Arrange a public ceremony of tonsure to initiate the Touched into the Order of the Hammer, and a service dedicated to reading parables about the acts of St. Cognacious and his followers. Lack of will, registering a high probability of manufacturing failure within the Crucible's sacred processes. It is recommended to dispose of the finished batch of units and halt production of new ones. The algorithm of the great sculpting requires further examination. Okay. Icons of the Touched. Enemy critical hit chances and warp damage against the flagship are reduced by 30%. That doesn't sound terrible. Wisdom Extractor. Plus 5% armor for all allies and 5% critical hit chance. Archaeotech seekers extracted from the heads of the Touched were given to the gunsmiths tending the rogue trader's armory. Our efficiency's doing pretty good. Kind of like that one. This one doesn't sound bad either. But we're going to do this. Pascal, you have my permission to study the Crucible's algorithms. Dispose of the Touched. The knowledge will be extracted by any means necessary. The Touched did not try to defend themselves or to resist in any way. They have accepted death in much the same way they lived life, quietly and obediently. The unrest among the citizens has simmered, and the great sculpting has continued as before, but the development rates of fertile land have noticeably declined without the Touched. The Tech Priest investigation uncovered a number of defects in the operation of the birthing vats within the Crucible. It was these defects that caused such strange obedience within the Touched. The proposition of making improvements to a sacred relic filled the Tech Priest with the most profound dread, and thus Foulstone was left without its taciturn workers. However, the priceless knowledge extracted by the servants of the Omnissiah was a great reward in and of itself. The Righteous Charge. Ooh, this looks good. This looks really good. 28 to 42, Thunder Slam, pushing attack, still 300% more damage? All collision caused by the pushing attacks. Okay. Yeah, we're doing this. The monastery, having been damaged by the launch of the Crucible, will be transferred aboard the Von Valancius flagship as a great reliquary and shelter for the Order of the Hammer. Okay, this is the one we were looking at. Capella Biologists. The Magos Biologists, custodians of Janus' sacred irrigation plants, have taken an interest in the unique substances discovered on the planet. If provided with the resources for erecting a chapel, they will delve into the mysteries of chem synthesis, which can turn deadly toxins into the basic substances needed for life-saving Medicaid kits. Okay. I do like security for all colonies quite a lot. It's time for the Dargonus nobility to forget their feuds and take up arms in defense of their native world. Call to arms. Eye of the Omnissiah. Void chip weapons with targeting data granting 92% hit chance and 15% critical hit chance. Efficiency for all colonies. Weapons. Profit factor. Ooh, Imperial Navy reputation. Let's do that one first. An orbital shipyard will provide the Imperium's massive vessels with proper repair and produce new void ships, and then we'll probably go there. %10 to critical hit chance with macro cannons and security for all colonies. Security goes down, profit factor goes down, people goes up big time. We're doing fine on people for now. Okay, Promethium. We're doing pretty good on Promethium. Profit factor and efficiency. Steel and adamantine, and quite a bit of it too. Our adamantine is at 18 right now. We're not really hurting for it at the moment. Let's do this one. Security for all colonies, and we'll get critical chance for macro cannons. All right. New contracts. What do we got here? Ooh, we got lots of them. Okay. Provisions for Promethium. We have so many provisions. It's so easy. Okay. Steel for people. 20 of those. Let's look at other stuff first. Profit factor for phlogiston. Do we actually lose our profit factor? We do. Okay. Well, good to know. For xenotech. Why not? We're not doing terrible with that stuff right now. Okay, Ooh, what happened? Adamantine for mechanisms. Xenotech for weapons. No, don't need that. Chemicals for plasteel. Weapons for provisions. I think we can leave the other ones for now. Yep, sorry, bro. Okay, this is the one I want to do right now. House Valancius stands accused of treason. On behalf of his family, Abelard has asked the rogue trader to intervene in this matter in hopes that the truth may be revealed. Whatever it turns out to be, the rogue trader must travel to Dargonus in order to assess the situation. Okay. House Valancius. Oh, it like took everybody out. Okay. Lord Captain, we have visitors on the bridge seeking an audience. Your presence is required. I should have known. I should have known. Or like at time, and I was like, I'm just gonna travel over to Mundus Valancius, and then we'll end the episode. I should have known there'd be an event. Damn it. We're gonna go over time. Ooh, what's this? Welcome back, party? Your lordship, the high factotum bows lowly. Every few moments, Danrock brings a perfumed cloth to his face, but his expression remains obsequious. Members of your crew have made a request to allow them to proclaim their most profound devotion to the Lord Captain. Personally, young man. Lower deck rabble. A man in a worn uniform bows awkwardly. Your Highness, gracious Lord Captain, please let me speak on behalf of the whole crew and everyone, and express our gratitude to you, officially, so to speak. The kind of leader you are, the way you treat people. It's now known in every corner of the Expanse, from Footfall to the poorest, dirtiest, most unremarkable planet. I'll praise your dedication to the human spirit and goodwill. Everyone wants to serve under your command. There's no end to the volunteers, so the other day when we were clearing out an abandoned sector for new living quarters, we found a forgotten vault, right in the bilge of the ship, literally beneath our feet. Well, it turned out the vault had some centuries-old weapons in it. They look a bit odd, but they're powerful for sure. The good tech priests helped with the assembly and consecration of the weapons, and now you can strike down your enemies with even greater might. Your lordship, apart from the weapons, the crew has sent one more find to the bridge as a token of its eternal gratitude. A most ancient mechanism which our tech priests have dubbed the Celestium Observatorum. Alas, its machine spirit refuses to heed their rites, which makes the device more symbolic and aesthetic than practical in purpose. Do you wish to see it? Of course. Yeah, what is this? Okay, so we have the ability to walk around. Is this on our deck? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. We're going to end the episode here, and we'll pick this up in the next one, figure out what this is all about. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.
I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters: Darren York, ZTD, Knife Namaste, Kyle the Monarch, Chris Murphy, JW, Quinless, Vlado101, Andy Ford, Bruce Wizzle, Black Mamba 90, Eureka Gecko, A Happy Fat Panda, Turkeyfoot 27, Pedo Kuto, Shadow Raven, Hannah Kate the Great, The Blue Electric Cat, Emily Kuzanoa, Philip Dougherty, and Nadia N. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.